Good morning. Whew, almost missed my 10 o'clock showtime button because me and Sierra was just chatting because we're best friends. Just chatting away. If you hear that wrestling outside, that's my dogs. No wrestling. You stop it. Here, come on. No Tilly. Go play with Theo. Go on. Tanner's trying to get away from her all the time. And she won't leave him alone, and he's old. Ain't you? Yeah. You hear him? He said, don't tell him I'm old. He's a young buck, huh? That's a good boy. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Ask Ashley. I'm so happy that you're here. We are fixing to jump right in and answer your crochet business questions. Feel free to ask your questions in the comments, and then I will see them and I will answer them. And then we'll just keep it going. I do want to go ahead and tell you at the beginning, and then we'll say it again at the end, that for August, next month, we're still going to stick to the 10 a.m. on Wednesdays schedule, but I will not be here on August 9th. But it's okay because we still get 4 in the month of August. So the 2nd is a Wednesday. I will be here. The 9th is a Wednesday. We will not have Ask Ashley on that day. And then the 16th, 23rd, and 30th are all Wednesdays. So we still get our 4, which is nice because we usually get about 4 a month. So the timing just works out perfectly. So mark your crafty planners if you have one, that we will not be meeting for Ask Ashley on the 9th of August, but the other ones will all be 10 a.m. Wednesday Eastern Standard Time. Excellent. Let's see what questions that we have. Heather says, good morning. If we rebranded, should we remove anything in our shop that does not go with or match our new brand? So Heather, if they are made to order, you're welcome to remove them. If they are already made and ready to ship, you could just sell them at a discount. You could put them at like 20% off or 15% off or something, just to, you need to say in your listing, these are going out, these are being discontinued. Our business has taken a new direction, and these no longer align with what we're doing here. And so they are discontinued and they are discounted. Oh, Gabe is okay. Sorry. I thought I heard something that needed my attention. It does not. So that's what I would do. I wouldn't want to waste anything if you've already got it made. And then another people are going to be like, what about all of the yarn that I have that's not on brand? I get that. You can do whatever makes sense. There's no wrong answer. So if you wanted to make some stuff just to use up the yarn that you have, and then say, once this color is gone, we're not offering anymore. You can say limited edition. You can say being discontinued. You can make stuff with your old yarn and give it as freebies with your orders. You can do them discounted. You can just keep them full price, but say these are being discontinued. So once these are gone, they're gone, and I won't be making any more of them, even though they're full price. And then like if it takes like a year and you still haven't sold all of them, then maybe discount it. You can donate your yarn if you want to. That seems to be everybody's favorite thing to do. I would not be doing that. I would be keeping my yarn. You can use them for gifts. You can use them for practicing. So you're not practicing with your good yarn, right? If you're trying to work on a new pattern. You could even swap yarn with other people in the community and be like, hey, I have 3 I love this yarn in the color yellow. Would anybody like to trade me 3 I love this yarn in any of these colors that match my brand? And then y'all would have to pay for shipping. But if that makes sense, maybe if you meet up in a local crochet group or knit group in your town and you want to say, hey, I'm going to bring this yarn. If anybody wants to swap with me, I'm trying to get rid of these colors, something like that. And then get your new colors. You might even could, if it's not been opened or anything or damaged or anything, return it to Hobby Lobby and be like, get a gift card. They might let you do that. I don't know if they'll let you do that or not. If without a receipt, Walmart does. If you got Walmart yarn, they'll let you do it all day long. I don't know about Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's. I don't know. But that's something to think about too. Might be worth, maybe don't take like garbage bags full, maybe just do a few here and there until like take the year and take back a few here and there and try to get gift cards or exchange them for yarn that's in stock in a different color. Anything like that, all kinds of stuff that you could do if you wanted to get rid of your yarn and switch to on-brand yarn. Okay. I don't know what this means. No tax for cash, tax for cards to cover fees. Lots of business do that with scraps. Oh, I see. She's answering another person's question. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I was confused. Okay, thank you for your question, Heather. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if we need to continue a little bit more. This one says, motivate me to make more reels and TikToks. What are some fun and easy ones for my finished pieces and tips to batch making them? Samantha, are you inside of Crochet Boss Academy? If you are, I have a list of like 15 reel ideas inside of module 5 with clicks to examples of said reel ideas. So, okay, Heather, you're welcome. So if you are inside of Crochet Boss Academy, definitely check out that module. If you are not inside of Crochet Boss Academy, some tips. Sorry, I drank Dr. Pepper and it makes me so burpy. Would be to check out the templates on Instagram for Instagram Reels. And I just saw the Instagram guy, Montessori or whatever his name is, talk about templates for Reels yesterday. So there might be like a new section somewhere on Instagram. Reels, home, Reels. There's a way to find it. Let me go to the Instagram guy. M-O-N. Isn't his name start with M-O-N? I can't even remember. The Instagram guy. Shoot, I'm gonna have to find it later. But you can do, if you find a reel that you like if you go to my reels and scroll through, I would look for one that has a lot of action, like likes and views. So actually mine might not work because I don't design them in Instagram anymore. I design them. Well, I don't design them. My video editor now, I send him clips and he turns them into videos for. Okay, so this one has one that says use template, and it's right there. It says use template, and if you click on that, you just choose video clips from your phone, and then you can adjust which part of the clip is showing. It's very quick. So you just fill in all these little slots. So that would be the easiest, quickest thing to do, would be to start just filming everything. It does not have to be the best thing you've ever filmed. It can literally be a picture, like you can film yourself writing in your journal or like writing in your go buy yarn, right? And then, so maybe you write go buy yarn and then you show video of you driving down the road and then walking into Hobby Lobby and then getting yarn off the shelf, and you just video some random clips and then you put them all together and it looks awesome. You could do that. Another thing that I like to do is, and what people like changes. I mean, it feels like it's every other month. It's something different. I'm gonna have to get some water. But you can film where you drop a yarn ball, and then when it hits the floor, it turns into your make, and then you can go down and pick it up and show your finished piece. You can do where you swipe a yarn skein across the camera. So you're holding a skein of yarn, and then you just kind of go whoop, and then by the time you get halfway down, it's your make, right? And then all you got to do is crop them to where the best way to get a good transition is to crop both of the clips where there is movement. You want there to be like drastic movement happening when you crop each clip. Let me see what we got going on in the comments. Yep, B-roll is taking those random clips of just everything that you do. Camera and video equipment for doing reels. I just use my phone. I have a camera that I bought that I use for YouTube videos, but for reels, I always just use my phone. I have an over-the-table arm for overhead views, and if you go to craftyconcept.com/Amazon and then go to the video essentials list, you can find the arm that I use, and it clips onto your table so you can film overhead. And I also have tripods that I use, and then little cell phone holdy things that connect to your tripod, so you can just click it and go. If you're cleaning your craft room, you could set up a tripod, put your phone on time-lapse view, and let it record you cleaning your craft room. If you are organizing your drawers, like video overhead of you taking everything out of your drawers and then putting everything back in a nice, clean way. And then you can talk about, that would be like a behind-the-scenes type post in your Instagram. You want to change up the types of posts that you're making. You don't want to say, buy my thing every day. If you watch any of my monthly overview videos that I do here on YouTube. I give you a bunch of ideas for what to post on social media. And sometimes I even give you like a little bit of ideas for how to make the actual video. Depends on if it comes to my mind or not. But there is a link to the July video. And then the August one will be coming out by the end of this month, hopefully, if all goes well. But I hope that was helpful. What else could we do? So when you're scrolling reels, save the ones that you want to like tweak to do that for yours. Somebody sent me one yesterday and I'm sure I lost it. And they were like, this is exactly what you say in Crochet Boss Academy, talking about your thing without saying buy my thing. And she was right. And it was exactly a perfect video. And I don't have any idea where it is. And I've been getting a bazillion messages about my nose ring. So there's a very good chance I will never find it again. But the video was how to turn your dog into an artist. And it says, put some food on the outside, like put a canvas, spray some paint on a canvas, put it inside of a Ziploc bag, zip it up, put some food on the outside of the Ziploc bag, let your dog lick it. And then they become an artist when you pull it out, right? They sell the food that they recommend putting on top of the bag. And I didn't, at first I was like, what are they selling? Because I couldn't even tell what they were selling. I was listening to it with no sound and I didn't read the caption. I was just going it very quickly. But then in my mind, I was like, oh, the food probably. And I'm pretty sure that's right. But that's a great way to serve your ideal customer well, because they're showing their ideal. If they sell bougie dog food, their ideal customer are people who spend money on their dogs. Probably people without kids, probably elder Gen Z or younger millennials, or even like any millennial would be my guess. And then, so doing a craft with their dog is something that would bring them the most joy. And they're showing them how to do that, how to spend time with their dog, how to have art that you can hang on your wall from your dog forever. And they're showing you their food without saying, go buy this food. It's very good marketing. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to post stuff on Instagram on a regular basis without saying, hey, go buy my thing. Hey, here's my new thing I just made. Hey, this thing's in my shop now. Go buy my thing. Look how cool my thing is. That's not serving anybody. You want to serve them well by raising their quality of life. Let them know different ways they can use this thing in their life. Let them know why this thing is going to make them look cool to their friends. Let them know why this thing is going to make their life easier in which ways. You want to lead with benefits, and you want to serve above everything else. And if you do that, your business will grow slowly but surely, and it will be built on a strong foundation. You won't have any overnight success with all kinds of traffic and growth that you aren't able to manage because it happened overnight. I mean, you might, and there's the possibility, but it's not like most likely, you know what I mean? It's a small possibility, but you will grow slowly over time. And then you will have a very strong, sturdy foundation, and then your business will last the test of time, and it will not be an overnight success that crumbles because it was built on sand. Know what I mean? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Samantha, for your question. I hope you felt motivated, my friend. Mossori, yes. M-O-S-S. M-O-S-S-E-R-I. Okay, let me see if I can find the video he just shared, because he just talked about
a bunch of improvements to Reels templates on Instagram. And we believe that anybody can be creative. And creativity isn't limited to artistic masterpieces or to professionals. It's embedded in our everyday lives. And sometimes you just need a little bit of inspiration. And that's where templates can come in. So what are the new features? For one, in addition to the number of clips and music, we're adding text, transitions, and AR effects. And of course, you can edit those as you see fit. We're also completely revamping the template browser. So you can see not only what templates are trending right now, but templates that are recommended for you specifically, and other kinds of templates in order to help you find one that might just inspire you to make something.
Okay, I'm just going to give you guys the link to watch this if you would like. But he's talking about templates on Instagram Reels, and templates are going to make things the easiest, but you can use templates from other creators if you find something that you like. Like if it's a trendy sound and you want to, and it's a trendy sound and it's like 4 clips, it's like boom, 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 boom. You can use that template with that same trendy sound with your own 4 clips. That would be my suggestion for the easiest way to do Reels. And then also repurpose them on TikTok, ideal pins on Pinterest, and shorts on YouTube if you're feeling froggy. Thank you for your question, Samantha. Christina says, how do I plan for turnaround time? I have no idea how long to give my customers an extra. Okay, so overestimate, over-deliver. Both of those things. You want to underestimate, over-deliver. So if you think you could get one done in a day, put 1 to 3 days or 2 to 5 days, and then ship it out to them as soon as you get it done. And do it quickly. Don't be like, oh, I got 5 days to make that. No, do it the moment you have a second to do it, or make time to do it, even better. And then get it out sooner, and then you're going to get very positive feedback from that. Another thing, see how long it takes you to make something. I can make a Claire Bun beanie in 42 minutes. Sit down, time yourself. Shut yourself in your bedroom and tell your husband he's on kid and dog duty. If there's a problem, he is in charge for however long it takes you to make this thing. I'm going to make this thing with the door closed. So I'm not available for right now. And he's going to have to handle it. And then time yourself and see how long it takes you. I was able to set my turnaround time for Claire Bun beanies because that was all I was making was Claire Bun beanies, and I was making 5 to 10 a day. I don't recommend it. I got some sort of arthritis in my elbow and have to use my little elbow sleeve when I crochet now, and it still doesn't really help that much. But I think it's arthritis. It might be crochet elbow. I'm not 100% sure. The parts of my elbow that feel like they should be nice and tight up in there are dangling, is what it feels like, and it gets really hot. So inflammation. But you want to time yourself. You want to know how long it takes you. And that's another reason why it's helpful for your business to not offer 20 different things. If you offer 20 different things, your turnaround time is going to be different for all of them. But you can change your turnaround time based on your shipping profile. So if you've got Claire Bun beanies that take you 1 to 3 days, and then you've got a Daisy baby blanket that takes you 2 weeks, you can make the shipping processing time you can make a shipping profile on Etsy, and you can have a Claire Bun beanie profile and a Daisy blanket profile, and you can set the Daisy blanket to 2 to 3 weeks and the Claire Bun beanie to 1 to 3 days. And then each listing will say the current turnaround time in the listing. Will they read it? No, they probably won't, but you will be able to send them screenshots and be like, it's right here, my guy, right here. So that will be helpful. Only thing is, if your shop starts to blow up, like if for some reason your shop starts to blow up and you are selling a butt ton of Claire Bun beanies, turn off the Daisy blankets. Turn it off. Unless you have the exact same profit margins where you are making the same amount of profit from making a 2-week-long blanket that you are making a 42-minute Claire Bun beanie, turn it off, because you need to go where the traffic is coming from and you need to start cranking them out. If that ever happens to you, that's what happened to me. And I took everything else out of my shop except Claire Bun beanies. It's all I had in there. I don't even think I might have had some Juliet Bun beanies, but most of it was just Claire Bun beanies because that was the only thing people were buying, and it was blowing up because my shop went viral. It was so cool. It was like the funnest time of my life when it comes to this business. But also, if you're getting like 2 or 3 orders in a row and your shop hasn't blown up, it's just like regular orders, go in and extend your turnaround time. Always extend your turnaround time. Don't go on vacation mode just because you just got 20 orders in one day and you're freaking out. The moment my shop started blowing up, I was like, okay, we got 10 beanie orders already. I need to extend my turnaround time. And I would just go in. I mean, sometimes I did it 3 times in one day. Extend. Because then every time that you do that, those customers are going to have the correct turnaround time. People who ordered from 1 o'clock p.m. and then people that ordered at 8 o'clock p.m. have different turnaround times connected to their account on Etsy. So be very mindful. Keep extending them. And then underestimate how much time you're going to need, and then over deliver on, or the opposite. I'm really not sure. Under promise, over deliver. Under promise, over deliver. Okay. So are we overestimating how much time we're going to need, right? Overestimating. Like if I think it's going to take me a day, I give myself 3 days. I'm overestimating how much time I'm going to need. Okay. We're going to go with that. But I hope that was helpful, Christina. Let me know if you need me to touch on it a little bit more. But shipping profiles on Etsy is going to be your best friend, and offering fewer products is going to be easier to manage. It is not the only way to succeed. You do not have to limit your products, especially at the beginning of your journey, because we're going to see which products are standing out to the eyes of your ideal customer. And then we'll start limiting from there. Like if you've got something in your shop, like you sell baskets and they've never sold, and you've been a shop for 2 years and never sold a basket, it's probably a good time to take the baskets out of your shop, right? Probably not what's working for you. But you don't have to do it at the beginning. You can just go with the flow and jump over the hurdles as they come and tweak and bob and weave as you go. That's what entrepreneurs do. We're very good at it. Thank you for your question, Christina. You're welcome. I love it. I can feel it. I can feel you nodding along. I love it. Okay, Sarah says, I feel like I don't have time to do proper SEO research for Etsy during my markets. Should I list a product just to list it, then fix it later? Do you mean so you can, are you telling me that you're linking your Etsy shop to your Square and you want to sell them that way at your market? Yes, you can just plop in a title. And then if it doesn't sell after your market is over, go back home and do SEO research so you can sell it on Etsy. But yes, if you are just putting it in your inventory so you can use the ease of that Etsy offers for like the online shopping checkout process and getting the 5-star reviews and emailing your customers and getting their shipping out, all things. If you need to use Etsy as a tool, but not necessarily as a search engine in this moment, yes, you just put linen Claire bun beanie and then the price, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be fancy. You can also not even blow up the description right now if it's for your market. And then after your market, whatever you have left, SEO it up so you can sell them to Etsy strangers on the platform, but also have them available for people that you direct to your shop as well if you don't have off Etsy shop. Good question. Sarah says, also, do you rely on Etsy's automated messages or do you send personal ones for updates, tracking? No, Etsy does that. I don't ever send, if there was an issue, like if I had ordered stickers and they were on back order, I would be like, hey, the stickers are running late. It looks like we're still going to be shipping within the estimated window that I gave you originally, but it might be near the further along end. Like they're still going to be on time, but it's going to be near the greatest estimated time. Like I could do that. But unless there's an issue, I would not. No, you don't have time to do that. If they message you, absolutely. But if you got 20 orders, open orders right now, and you're trying to message everybody, you're probably just going to make it worse, honestly, because you're just a human, right? You're just a regular human being. You're not a supercomputer. Well, you are. Your subconscious is technically, but we won't get into that. That's a spiritual conversation for a different day. I would just let Etsy do its thing. You're paying for Etsy, you're paying the fees, you get the benefits of having a supercomputer at your fingertips without having to know the knowledge of how to build it, right? And let it do its thing. If there's an issue, sure, that's very good customer service to reach out to the customer. But if there's not an issue and things are going as expected, no, you might even aggravate them if you do that. You know what I mean? Also, it's just not worth it for you. I wouldn't do it at all. Good question. And Sarah says, Sarah, you are coming in hot today with your questions. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, this would be a much more boring conversation. So thank you for asking questions. She says, do you include the tax in your prices when you sell at markets? I don't want to deal with the cash change. Okay. This is not legal advice. I'm not a legal person. This is personal experience only. Please seek legal advice. That's my disclaimer. If you are in a state that has sales tax, okay, I don't even know that. In Kentucky, we have sales tax. It is 6% sales tax. If I sell things in Kentucky in person, assuming the people around me also live in Kentucky, I am to charge them 6% sales tax. If you sell on Etsy, I am in Kentucky. If there's a Kentucky customer with a Kentucky address that shops for my Etsy shop, they will get charged 6% sales tax. Other states will get charged their sales tax, and Etsy will handle it all. I don't have to do it at all. At your markets, you will have to pay tax on the income. I don't know the difference between income tax and sales tax, okay? It sounds like to me we have too many taxes, okay? Like too many types of taxes. But when you do your taxes at the end of the year, all of the money you made at your markets, you will need to claim that money, especially the credit cards, but the cash you also need to claim legally. to be legal. So you will have to pay taxes on that. So if you charge the customer the tax, it'll all come out in the wash. Okay, you don't have to set it aside and be like, that's the tax specifically. You can just say, okay, I know that I charge the taxes. So when I have to pay taxes at the end of the year, I'm covered. It's going to feel like you're not covered because it's going to come out of your bank account in that moment. But you know that it is. You know that you got more than you asked for because you charge tax. Now, you could also add $1 to all of your products. So if you sell a $25 Claire Bun beanie, now it's a $26 Claire Bun beanie. And that goes towards your tax, just a cushion for yourself. That's something that you could do. And then not charge tax separately because it's built in, right? Kind of like we do free shipping, but we just put the shipping price in the listing price, kind of like that, but with tax. So you could account for the tax in your prices if you wanted to do that. If you wanted to have it set up to where it's like 6% sales tax on every purchase, and they pay with, you can have them do that. They can give you Venmo with the direct amount of cash. But if they're paying in cash, you will have to give them change. It would not be good business to only charge sales tax to the people who pay digitally and not to the people who pay with paper, because you are spitting in the face of your digital people. So I wouldn't do that. And then even if you were like, pay with cash, don't pay tax, and you're trying to give them a perk, it's not going to look good, and it's going to make you look illegal. So you can say, because you get charged a transaction fee when a card is ran. So you can be like, save 5% if you pay in cash. So say you just added $1 to all of your prices to accumulate for the tax, right? So it's $26 Claire Bun beanie instead of $25 You can say save 5% if you pay in cash, because that would have been your transaction fee, right? So you're not paying that transaction fee. So you can, I see local businesses do that all the time. If you paid cash, they don't have to pay the transaction fee, so they're not going to charge you the transaction fee. So that's something that you could do if you wanted to. If it were me, I would go for simple. I would always go for simple. Simpler is better, always. And I would just charge $1 more per product and call it a day. That's what I would do. Because calculating that would be a nightmare, and you need to make things as smooth as possible with your customers. The shopping experience with you should be very smooth, very just natural for them. You don't want them piling up because you're trying to put the tax into your calculator. That's what I would do. That's my personal advice, personal opinion. Let's see where we're landing. Okay. Do you include the tax? Sorry. At markets, what do you do if you see someone stealing something from your booth? I've never seen that happen before, but I would send my husband after them. Maybe. I don't know. I'm in a new season of life where it's just like, if you steal from me, God is in control at all times. So like, I was thinking the other day, because all of my workers keep up with their own hours, and I was thinking they could easily like steal from me and me not ever know, because I'm not very good at checking it. My payroll lady would probably, like, red flags would be raised for her, and she'd be like, Ashley, this person just got double the hours they usually get. Do we need to do anything about that one? So she would probably, but like me personally, I wouldn't know, honestly. And if Taylor watches this, she's gonna be like, are you kidding me? You don't check it every single week? Because she would check. But at the same time, if, like, God is in control. I'm a Christian. And that's how I live my life. Like, I am a optimistic Christian. So I just, if someone was to steal from me, God is in control. He's got it under control. Like, everything's going to be taken care of always. If you felt like you needed to go chase them down, I mean, you do you. You're probably within your rights to do that, honestly, like legally, not illegal advice. I've never seen anybody. I'm not observant enough to know if someone was stealing from my booth. I would have no idea. I personally wouldn't put my energy to it. I'm going to assume most people are not going to steal stuff from your booth. And I would, instead of spending hours trying to figure out, like, should I set up cameras? Should I make signs that says you're being watched? What should I do? you could be making more things in that time, and you could make more money because you have a fuller booth in that time. So use your mind, power, and energy and time wisely, and choose to spend it on things that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. And chasing down someone who steals a $5 keychain is probably not going to be the best use of your mental energy. Maybe you just be like, I don't know, whatever you need to think in your mind to make it okay in your own mind. I'm a very optimistic person by nature, also by practice. I'll throw that out there. I did have to practice that. I wouldn't put my energy towards it. That's me. You do you. But if you're trying to live in a mentally healthy state, I feel like it would be the opposite of good mental health to be focusing on, what if someone steals my stuff? That feels very negative to me. It feels very dark. And I feel like that would overshadow the rest of my life if that was my mindset. And I'm a very empathetic person, energetically, not emotionally. That's the best way to explain it. I'm not emotionally empathetic. I'm energetically empathetic. So it affects me, Ashley. It affects how I live my life, not how I treat you. It affects me only. It's very selfish. But I could not, with the way that my mental health is, and I have a history of depression and I have ADHD, I could not focus on what if someone steals my stuff. Other people might be very good at focusing on that. And they might have a very awesome set of procedure to take if necessary. But the way that my mental health is and the way that my brain is, I wouldn't be able to do it. So maybe I'm not the girl to ask that question. Maybe there's somebody else that you could ask. But for me and the way my brain works and the way my heart is, I wouldn't care. Like, you want to steal my stuff? That's unfortunate, but like, God's in control. I know that's probably not the best answer that you were looking for. Oh, Melody, coming in hot. Thanks, Queen. Appreciate you. I saw someone else say that too. It might have been Custom Bell Creations. I didn't know what she meant until just now. Till I saw Melodies. Y'all are the best. Look at you. Look at you. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, fun with Kara. And if it wasn't, I apologize. And if I know Taylor would probably have a different idea, but I don't think she. Oh, God, that's a spider. I thought that was a hair claw. Hang on, I got to squish it. Sorry for you animal lovers. I have to squish this spider that's on my desk. I thought that was a hair claw, like I wadded up, but then it started moving after I touched it with my pencil. It's dead now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that's a trigger for anybody, but I don't kill them outside, but if they come inside, that's game over for you, my guy. I'm so sorry if that offends anybody. I was panicking and caught off guard, so give me some grace. Okay, moving right along. My heart is pounding. Jordan, how do you know how much to charge? I get asked this question every single week, Jordan, and no, that was the name. That was the crochet business name. You need to choose a price that's fair for you and fair for your ideal customer. So if your ideal customer is college students and you sell crop tops, they're not going to buy $85 crop tops because they don't have money for McDonald's, let alone $85 crop tops. So you're going to have to bring it more down to the $20 range, right? So keep your ideal customer in mind and make sure it's fair to you. So if I knew that I had to sell my crop tops at $20, I'm going to choose the pattern that makes it quick and the yarn that makes it cheap. That's what I would do. You need to make sure everything makes sense all together. Make sure you're in the green. Make sure you're not going backwards. Make sure you can account for all of the fees if you're selling on Etsy and stuff. I would use a product calculator. Allura, I think, has one. If you just Google Etsy product or Etsy profit calculator, I'm gonna get you a link. Yeah, allura.io is my favorite one. Here we go, coming at you. Christina's loving the spider. Oh, goodness. I just added the link to the profit calculator, and you can type in like some stuff and like do some trial and error and see what you got to do to get the profit that you want. You can also do market research, look on Etsy and see what other people are selling their things for, but no, that is not That is not the only thing. Like, you need to take into account your ideal customer. If your ideal customer is a millennial who doesn't have kids, they have 2 family income and 2 golden retrievers, and their golden retrievers are their entire life, you can charge more because they're bougie dog people, like we talked about at the beginning of the video. So keep in mind your ideal customer, why they're buying the things that you sell, how it's raising their quality of life. If you are selling something that's going to help somebody make money, you can charge more because they're going to get their money back. They're going to get all of their money back. That's how Crochet Boss Academy is. Like, I know that my students will make money after they implement the things that they learn. So it makes me more comfortable selling it, because they're going to get their money back. It's just a transaction that's like 0 to 0, basically, because you're going to get your money back. So it's fine. So if you were selling stuff like that, or like maybe you're selling something that's going to help them organize their home, which is going to give them the mental health boost that they need, right? Think about what you're selling, who you're selling it for. Make sure your price is fair to you and fair to your ideal customer. Make sure it's within range, like market value, right? If you're too high or too low, that's still okay. It's always okay to raise your prices, but lowering them is bad. I wouldn't lower them. So start low, go up. I started selling my Claire Bun beanies at $15 a piece, and then I ended up selling them at $30 a piece. So keep that in mind. And then put on your blinders and don't worry about what anybody else tells you. If someone comes up to you and they're like, "Oh, you're selling Claire Bun beanies for $5," you are belittling the rest of the community when you do that. The rest of us are being devalued because you're selling yours at $5. No, that's not true. And thank you for your opinion. Have a day. And you focus on you and your family and your needs. Everything's very unique. If you are crocheting for your mental health, so you do not slip into a depressive state where you can't even eat or get out of your bed or take care of your family, I'm going to cry. If you are crocheting $5 Claire Bun beanies for your mental health, the person selling $30 Claire Bun beanies for a business comes at you and says you can't be selling them for $5, they don't know what they're talking about. That $5 to you is invaluable. You can't put a price on not being depressed. And if that's what keeps you mentally stable, you sell your $5 Claire Bun beanies. And if she has something to say about it, you tell her to have a day. Have the day you deserve, my guy. You don't know anything at all. They don't know that you're struggling with mental health. They don't know that until you started crocheting, you never got out of your bed and you never ate any food and you weighed 98 pounds and you were skin and bones because your mental health was so bad. But then you started crocheting and you were able to process your thoughts differently, and it gave you purpose, and you were able to see the fruit of your labor in your hands. Like, you took string and turned it into a hat that keeps your head warm. And you want to sell them for $5, you sell them for $5. People who buy $5 beanies are not people who buy $30 beanies. The $30 beanie people are still going to get the same sales that they would get with or without you, because the people who like a $30 beanie are still going to buy it. The people who see a $5 beanie are going to be like, that's probably not as good as the $30 one. And that doesn't mean it's not as good. That's just their mindset. And that's fine. Thank you for the hearts. I think it's almost period time for me. So that's exciting. I hope that was helpful, Jordan. Christina says, how long did it take you to get a sale on Etsy to be consistent? I got sales the day I opened my shop because of my sweet marketing skills. But they were all friends and family, and then like friends of friends, right? My first Etsy stranger might have been like within the 2-month range. I probably have a screenshot in my Google Photos that I could go find it, because I was probably like taking this super excited about it. But let's say a couple months probably is when I got my first Etsy stranger. When I first opened my shop, I was doing New Stuffy Monday, where I release a new design of finished piece, not patterns, every Monday. And the first person to buy that new design got to name it. So that was a marketing thing that I did from the very beginning of opening my shop. And so I at least got sales every Monday, right? People wanted to be the first one to buy the new animal so they could name it after their loved ones, after their kids, after themselves, after their last name, like whatever. So that's something that I did. But there's not a specific set thing, Christina. I hope that was helpful. We are past our time. Do you recommend we promote our Etsy to our friends? Yes, absolutely, 100%. If you do not have an off Etsy site and you only have an Etsy shop, send everybody to your Etsy shop. Your mom wants you to make her a pack of facial rounds. Awesome. Here's a listing to my Etsy shop. All of them. Even if you like, even if she pays like $15 to Etsy, and then you give her $15 Venmo or cash or something. And yes, you will have to pay the fees to do that. I'm aware. But you will also get an opportunity for her to leave a 5-star review. And if it's your mom, she's going to leave a 5-star review. And she's also going to post a picture. She's going to post a picture of the things that she bought in her 5-star review. If you can get someone, like if you've got crafty facial rounds listed in your shop and your mom's like, hey, can I buy some crafty facial rounds? And you'd be like, absolutely. I need you to go to Etsy.com. I need you to type in plush facial rounds in the search box. And I need you to scroll for days until you find mine. And then I need you to click on it. And then I need you to buy it. That's going to raise your SEO juice through the roof. That's going to tell the Etsy algorithm that if someone searched plush facial rounds, you are the go-to gal. Like, and if it's your mom or your brother or your sister-in-law, have them do that. It's fine, especially at the beginning of your journey. Now, if it's just a friend, you can say, absolutely, here's a link to my Etsy shop. You can use coupon code and then you make up a coupon code. I did 4 locals only to take shipping off and I can bring it to church to you on Sunday. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to go through your Etsy shop if you do not have an off Etsy site. If you have an off Etsy site, it's different. Okay. Debbie, what if someone does not give you a review? Do you gently nudge them or does it matter? It does matter. The more reviews you get, the more search juice you're going to get and the more social proof you're going to get. So the more sales you're going to get all day long. You don't want to be annoying. That's the last thing that you want. You can reach out to them. Sorry, my nose ring has been acting up. And so now I'm like, okay. It was a lot better today, though, if anybody's following along with that journey over on Instagram. You can message them and say, hey, I see your beanies were delivered. I just wanted to check in and make sure everything was to your expectation or make sure everything was, I'm not good with words, okay? But you could reach out to them and make sure their delivery came good and they like their beanies. And they say, yeah, I love it. It's so perfect. My daughter wore it and she got so many compliments. It's great. And then you can say, yay, I'm so glad that you love them. If you would like to take 5 minutes to leave a review, that would really help my shop. But if you don't get around to it, I'm just thrilled to know that you loved your beanies and that's good enough for me. Have a nice day. You could do that if you wanted to. You can also print stickers. I have a blog post that just went live the other day talking about a new label printer. Sierra will grab the link for you. But you can print stickers that says, love your product, leave a review, and put 5 stars in the middle to kind of like subliminal messaging. Like we want 5 stars. That's what we want. You could also put that on the back of your business cards. Love your product, leave a review. You can also, something else that you can do to get more reviews on a regular basis is regularly share reviews on your social media. You can make a review, like if someone leaves a review, take a screenshot of it, post it in your stories or post it on your feed and thank that person publicly. Then that's going to create the mindset, oh, I should leave a review. Oh, I want her to give me a shout out about my review. Easy. That will always get you more than saying, please go leave a review. You create the type of, showcase the type of behavior that you want to see more of. The same goes for like church. If we need people to serve in children's ministry at our church, instead of saying, hey men, we need you to step up and serve in the children's ministry. And like, instead of doing that, have some of our prominent men in our church to go serve in the children's ministry. Other men will see that happening and then they will be like, I should do that too. Not all of them, right? Everybody thinks different, but it will create a snowball effect. So you award the type of behavior that you want to see, and that will get you more reviews all day long. And I'm speaking to myself because I need to do that too. I like every 20 posts on Instagram should be a showcase of a review. And that will help. And I actually turned my notifications off for getting reviews because if I got one that was less than 5 stars, it ruined my day. So I was like, I will choose when I look at my reviews, not just when I get the sound for it. So sometimes I forget to look at them because I have ADHD and if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. But this can be something very good for you to do. You can also publicly respond to reviews. And if you were at the beginning of your journey and you're getting like 2 a week, you can publicly respond to every single one of them. If somebody says, I just ordered this basket, it goes perfect in my kitchen. It holds all of these X, Y, and Z things that I needed. It's the perfect basket. You can say, hey, Jessica, I'm so glad you loved your basket and that it holds your X, Y, and Z so great. That looks beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time to leave a 5-star review. It means the world to me and my family that you love your product. I hope you have an amazing day. You could do that for every single one of them if it's coming in slowly. That's going to be extremely good customer service. You could even be like, hey, thank you so much for your 5-star review, Jessica. I'm thrilled that you love your baskets. I just shared a shout out to you over on Instagram. Check it out. And then maybe she'll follow you on Instagram. People love to see their shout outs. So these are some things that you could do. These are all very good ideas. I hope that you are writing these very good ideas down. Oh, Melody. Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. I don't know why I'm very emotional today. That is not par for me. Debbie, I hope that was helpful. I'm adding baby booties to my shop this fall, but I'm making them marbled 2-colored. Ooh. However, my popular headbands are solid. Do you think it's a good idea to combine the colors for the shoe? Are you saying, do you think it's a good idea to add solid booties also? Or are you asking me if it's a good idea to add marbled headbands also? I think both. I think both would be a good idea. However, my popular headbands are solid. Do you think it's a good idea to combine colors for the shoes? I'm sorry. They just keep it going. I feel really guilty cutting any of these questions off. We only got 2 left. Custom Bella Creations. Let me know. I think both would be nice. If you sell solid headbands and marbled booties, I think adding solid booties and marbled headbands to sell both would be a good idea, depending upon how many things that you have in your shop. You could message me later if you want me to take a peek. I can do that. Thank you for your question. Heather says, do you have any videos on how to use Canva? Multiple. Sierra, can you come in hot with 3 of the videos from my YouTube channel? There's one to make your own link in bio, one to make your own custom product tags, and then the yarn chart. Grab those 3 links, Sierra, because those 3 will show you different things. Just watch them. Even if you're not making a yarn chart, just watch them. And then you can even speed it up if you want to watch it in fast pace. It will make it go faster for you. You can speed them up. Thank you for your question, Heather. And last one is Pamela. And she says, what is your thoughts on Shopify? Are they good for crochet business versus Etsy? So Pamela, Shopify is just a e-commerce site that you can make your own e-commerce shop through. It is not comparable to Etsy. Etsy is a marketplace where strangers can go to Etsy.com, type in the search box what they want to buy, and then see a list of that thing from 1 million different people across the world. Shopify is your own site. There's no traffic being driven to your site other than what you send and potentially Google if you've got it set up right and if you've been doing it for a year and Google trusts you as a source and they start sending you traffic, right? They're not comparable. Which one's better? Where you start in your journey? Are you brand new? Because Etsy's better, because Etsy is faster and easier. Building your own e-commerce site takes time and mental energy and a learning curve, like a steeper learning curve. Etsy, you can get your shop up and running in a day. Point and shoot, my guy, like on a camera, not something else. Point and shoot with the camera. That's the phrase that I use. Should you have one over the other? No. You should have both. Today, should you have both today? No. I don't have a Shopify account yet, and I'm coming up on my 7-year Etsyversary on the 25th of this month, and I still haven't set up a Shopify account. I want to. I just haven't been able to make it a priority. I have an Etsy site, an Etsy shop, and a patterns site, which is unfortunate that they called it that. Not crochet pattern, capital P pattern. It's another Etsy thing, but it's different, and you're charged differently. Look it up. It's very helpful. If you're brand new to your journey, Etsy. Once you get things going and you're comfortable and you're ready to take the next step, add Shopify. That's my personal advice, my personal opinion. Can you do it? Can you do just Shopify? Absolutely. Can you do just Etsy? Absolutely. My advice would be start with Etsy, then add Shopify, eventually have both. That would be my advice. Okay, that's all of them. Okay, I'm not sure if they will sell well as the solid headbands, if I should make solid booties too. In my experience, solid sells. Variegated does not, in my experience. But also, if you have like a white and an orange marbled booty with an orange headband, that matches, right? So I would do some trial and error custom Bella creations, and I would also poll your social media. People love to give you their opinion. They love to feel like they are a part of your process. Anytime you can include your audience as a part of your process, the better. So put up a poll. Do you guys want, if this is our headband, which pair of booties do you think looks better? This marbled one or this solid one? And put a picture. You can make custom stories on Canva. You can just go to canva.com and then go to the templates and type in story and find you a blank one that's going to be that 9x16 that you need. And then you can pop it up and see what they can. Give them a poll. Let them pick. No, I do not have that, but I need to do that. I really need to do that. Tara, join us next week and ask me that question early on, and we absolutely will. And I'll give you like a little tour. I want to do this. I've wanted to do this for years. I just struggle to make it a priority. I also want to build my own Shopify account and then show you how to do that eventually. We'll see when we get there. Okay, that's everything. Thank you, friends, for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Ideally, these would just be 30 minutes, but they're always an hour. Almost every week. Maybe one day we can. I don't think we'll ever be able to get to 30 minutes, but maybe one day. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being involved in the comments. Thanks for your positive feedback, your encouraging words. Thanks for helping one another and building this community. It is beautiful to watch. Those of you catching the replay, thank you for doing that. Going out of your way to make sure that you are getting this information in is very good for your business. And I'm not tooting my horn. It doesn't even matter if the advice that I'm giving you is what you're going to apply. It matters that you are learning constantly. I listen to podcasts all the time. Some of them hit home and some of them don't. But just the act of listening to business podcasts tells my brain and my body that we are constantly learning and we are constantly focused on growing our business, even if the information isn't exactly what you needed in that moment. Just the act of doing it is very, very good. So it's very good that you're watching this and listening and taking notes and writing stuff down in your planners and getting stuff done. Go take action. Right? That's always our send off is go take some action. Even if you just brain dump something, even if you just write something down, even if you just jot some things you're going to do tomorrow down in your to-do list, right? Say tomorrow, I'm making sure to make time to do these things. That is action, and that will help your business and your brain. You need to teach your brain that when we get information that's good for us, we take action immediately. And then eventually you'll do it without thinking. The language of the brain is behavior. Okay, your brain gets information, then it watches your behavior to see what that information is and how we react to that. So go take action. Train your brain now that this is what we do. We get information, we take action, and then it will just start happening without you thinking about it. Okay, friends, have a great day. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, all through August, Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No Ask Ashley on August 9th. I will be on vacation. So, but all the other ones, I'll see you. Have a good day.